Hey, good day, good people. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm HyLite, and as always, I'm here to help you be the best version of yourself so that you can show up as the best person for somebody else. Now, today, I'm getting into the ins and outs and obstacles and issues that were created as well as the ones that I had to overcome from my pops not being in my life. And to anyone out there who has a similar story dealing with an absentee parent, my heart goes out to you. And for anybody out there who your parent wasn't around because they passed away, I'm sorry for your loss. And but this video is more so focused on like my dad. His situation was he wasn't involved in the streets. He wasn't in and out of jail. He didn't live halfway around the world, making it difficult for me to see him. He's worked a regular 9 to 5 as long as I've been alive, and he lived 20 minutes away. He just wasn't a part of my life. And it was a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and a lot of trauma that took place from that. Not just him not being there, but how the people that were in my life were trying to help me deal with it. It just caused a lot more issues, did a lot more harm than it did good. One of the most prevalent issues that the people who were actually in my life, they tried to help, they meant the best, but one of the ideas that they used to help solidify in my mind was that your dad is supposed to be here. Your dad is supposed to be here. And you might be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? Why is that wrong? It's really nothing wrong with the sentiment. However, it's a it's really an incomplete thought, which makes it dangerous. Because I'm a child having to deal with this. So when they're saying your dad's supposed to be here, your dad's, whether it be games, because I played basketball, football, track, baseball, all that. So whether it's that and they're telling me, he's supposed to be here, whether it's an award ceremony and they're telling me he's supposed to be here. As a child, I'm processing this as if him being here is the cure all. Nobody ever even stopped to see like how I felt about it. If I was okay, I'm thriving in sports, I'm thriving in my academics, I'm getting all these accomplishments and accolades. Like clearly I'm doing something right without the man here. But it's like to everybody else, I guess that wasn't good enough. So they kept on, he's supposed to be here, he's supposed to be here. Now that I'm a kid thinking that him being here is the cure all, I'm doing things and making things my responsibility that I shouldn't have been. Because now I'm thinking, oh, well, if he's supposed to be here, he's supposed to be here. I'm a kid. He ain't really been around. He ain't really did nothing. But just because this is dad, I got love for him. So I'm thinking maybe I can help him be around. Maybe I can make it easier for him to be around. Maybe I can make myself more accessible for him. And that's just a burden it's just unfair for a child to have to deal with that. I'm calling him up. Hey dad, asking questions. So how come we don't talk on the phone more? How come you don't call me more so we could talk? How come you don't call me to see how I'm doing? How come what his answer was to me? Well, you got my number. Why don't you call me sometime? Why don't you check on me? And at the time I'm just a kid. I don't even have the rebuttal of, but you're the parent. I'm your responsibility. Like, it's not the other way around. I used to call him up, hey, I got this game coming up Saturday, coming up Friday, whatever it was. He wouldn't even show up. Didn't show up to none of my games. And then he would tell me, well, this how this should go. At the beginning of your season, you should print out a schedule and send it to me. Maybe if I had the schedule and I could plan my schedule accordingly, then I'd be at your games. That's what he told me. Whole bunch of BS. That's what the nigga told me. And so now I'm sitting here, I send him the schedule, still wouldn't show up. Which burdened me even more. Cause now I'm trying to take responsibility that's not even mine. And now I'm stressing over, am I doing a good job at it? Did he get the schedule on time? Did I send it to the right address? Maybe I should have had mama just drive me down there so I could hand deliver the schedule to him to make sure he got it. So that's just not even fair, bro. I'm a kid. That wasn't even fair to me. But all of that stemmed from everybody else telling me how he's supposed to be here. And the reason that was so dangerous for me was because nobody ever told me, hey, he's supposed to be here, but it's not your fault. Nor is it your responsibility. Nobody told me that. And I wish somebody would have sat me down and explained that to me. That would have caused me to not have to deal with so much stress, not be so hurt, not feel just down. Because when I'm at these games and award ceremonies and people are mistaking my uncle for my dad, or my mom, she dating, or this is my stepdad, they thinking it's my real dad, like, and then I have to correct them, nah, that's not my real dad, nah, this is my uncle, nah, this is my stepdad, and then they would follow, oh, where's your dad? At home, maybe. Maybe he's at work or something. I don't know. I didn't have the correct answer. And even still, it was really the emotions that was tearing me up. Because now that they asking these things, I already have the people in my life telling me he's supposed to be here. But part of me always kind of thought, well, that's just the people in my life who care for my mama. So they trying to be supportive of her. But then when my friends and stuff get to asking me that, and then I'm looking around seeing their family dynamic, and their dad is here, and this dad works a lot, but he takes off to see his kid, and now I'm feeling embarrassed. Now I'm feeling less than. Now I'm feeling like I don't want to be seen. And it's not even my fault, nor is it in my control. But because nobody ever told me, it's not your fault nor your responsibility. I wish somebody had told me that. So allow me to say that to whoever out there needs to hear it. If your dad is not there, if you already grown and your dad just never was there, I want you to know and understand it is not your fault nor your responsibility. And the reason that that's so important is because when I was younger, I just had to deal with this stuff, not understanding why I'm feeling this way, not understanding how to even deal with these emotions. But another way that was so dangerous was because that set the stage for me in some of my relationships going forward. When I was a teenager, probably from around the time of being a teen to my early 20s, dealing with women, I would go through a lot of unnecessary stuff. Simply because this is what I was used to from trying to incorporate my dad in my life. He showed signs early that he was not a good dad. He showed signs early that he was not going to be around. And he showed signs that he's not even going to meet me halfway. But because everybody's telling me he's supposed to be here, and because this is my dad and I love him, and I'm going to keep giving him chances. I'm going to keep giving him chances. I'm going to let him try until Like, you can't exhaust the attempts. I was gonna give him as many chances as he wanted. All because this is dad. And that gave me an unhealthy relationship with titles. And simply because people held certain titles in my life, I would go through a lot more shit than I should have, all because of a title. Never stopping to think or never stopping to evaluate how are these people performing in the role that they're playing in my life. That's what's supposed to determine how I'm treating you, how much I overextend myself. But instead, I was dealing with people where I'm giving them so much love, I'm not getting half of that back. When we would have issues and arguments and conflicts, I'm giving them way more grace that they would never even offer to me. People were just showing me clear as day they don't have my best interests at heart. They basically only seem to be dealing with me to see what they could get out the deal. And then when they leave or when they decide to do their own thing, they would turn around and put all the blame on me. And I just accepted it. I just took it. I just let these people stay around way longer than they were supposed to because I didn't even have a healthy love for myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put myself through all of that stuff. But why did I do that? Because it had become normal in my life to keep showing love and keep giving grace and keep giving chances. And I learned all of that from my relationship with my dad. Yeah, that's dad. But at the end of the day, that's only a title. If he's not performing in that role, if he's not showing up, if he don't have no pride in being a dad, I should have just accepted that and let that go. And of course, it ain't that easy when you a child. You don't, it's more emotions I was dealing with. I wasn't thinking in a matter of fact type of way. Like, well, if he don't want to be here, that's him. That's his problem. That's his mistake. It's on him to fix. I wanted to be the one to fix it. I wanted to be the one to help him out. And that continued forward with my relationship. She not even here for me how I'm here for her. But I'm still allowing her to be in my life. She not showing love to me how I'm showing love to her. She not giving grace how I'm giving grace. Why did I allow these people to stay around me like that? Because that behavioral pattern was instilled in me as a child from my dad. And I became somebody who thought, well, if you love somebody, you're supposed to give them chances. If you love somebody, you're supposed to allow them to make it right. If you love somebody, and I'm saying all of this, never realizing, yes, this is your love that you showing to them. Well, what about the love that they showing for you? And that really was a compound problem because not only am I allowing people to stay in my life longer than what they should have, I'm giving them credit simply for having a title when they're not even performing up to that role. And I'm keep extending myself thinking this is how you show love. You're supposed to give grace. You're supposed to let them make mistakes, but give them chances to fix it. Not even realizing by doing that, I'm not loving myself. I'm putting myself underneath these people who not even proving themselves worthy by their actions. And so, and it took me until probably my mid 20s is probably when I finally stopped doing that. But it wasn't until my early 30s that I realized why I used to do that. All stemming from trying to have a relationship with Pops, who wasn't trying to have a relationship with me. And so, again, to anybody out there who's going through this or who's gone through this, my heart goes out to you. And I want you to understand you have to love you first. Don't just fall in love and don't just be a victim to other people's titles. Oh, well, this is my girl. I love her. This is how I show her I love her by giving her these chances and da-da. No, you have to love you first. Otherwise, you're gonna put yourself through things that's unfair, through things that you shouldn't be putting yourself through things that because of your love for these people, you would never put them through. So why are you accepting anything less from them? Another reason why everybody keep telling me, yeah, your dad's supposed to be there, your dad's supposed to be there. Another reason why that was so dangerous was because people don't even understand the amount of emotions that I had to deal with because of that. It's like every issue, every problem that I dealt with to where I felt like if he was in my life, it wouldn't have gone this way. Now I have to deal with that problem. Then after I dealt with that problem, I'm blaming him in my mind because I shouldn't have had to be the one to deal with this. I already felt alone. I already felt vulnerable. If I got, like, because he wasn't there, I always had to be there for me. I always had to defend me. Since I was 12 years old, I think when I was 12 years old, that was the first time in my life where I had a physical altercation, an actual fist fight with a grown man. And I mean, I did what I had to do. I held my own. I ain't had nothing to hold my head down about. But even after dealing with how traumatic that can be, like, bro, you just had a fight with a grown man. A grown man just put his hands on you, bro. Like, I'm having to deal with that on top of the fact of I can't even be happy for me. I can't even be proud of myself for standing up for myself and standing my ground because my thoughts immediately go to like I don't even I can't even tell this dude I'm gonna go get my dad. Like imagine that. I can't even say that and be honest about it. I'm sitting here thinking about how I'm just a kid and I shouldn't have to go through this. This is one of the things I should not have to deal with. This is one of the things where having a dad in my life was supposed to matter. So I have to deal with whatever experiences I have to deal with on top of now I gotta deal with the emotion of I shouldn't even have to do this. When teachers get disrespectful across the line, ain't no dad I can call to come check this lady, come check this man. When I got coaches and stuff that get a little too into the game or into the practice and they too fired up or they get a little disrespectful or they might cross the line a little bit. I don't got nobody to go get for them. I ain't the sentence I'm gonna go get my dad wasn't even in my toolbox. Making me feel that much more alone, making me feel that much more vulnerable. Because even if I tell mama about some of the lady teachers, she can go deal with that. But at the same time, it's just not going to be the same as dad dealing with that. I remember in the fourth grade, I was tested to be in a gifted, talented program. When I took the test, after the test, the teacher who recommended me for this gifted and talented program, she wanted to talk to my mom. She scheduled a meeting with mom. Mama goes and talks to the lady and all that. The teacher is happy. She's congratulating my mama on having a kid who made it into the gifted and talented program. You know what mama said? Oh, is that what they told you? Because from the report that we got, they said he didn't qualify. The teacher said, what? Oh no. Based on his scores, he's more than qualified for the gifted and talented program. Then the teacher says, but that's what they told you? Mama said, yeah, that's what they told me. This is what the teacher said. The teacher said, I know why. I know why. And I'm sorry. I didn't even understand what was going on at the time. Mama had to explain to me later. Like, Mama, what happened? What's she talking about? Son, you didn't get into the gifted and talented program because you're black. What? Huh? That's a thing? And Mama just left it at that. We didn't go fight. We didn't sign no paperwork. We didn't file a lawsuit. She didn't go back up there and cuss nobody out. Just let it go. Now, am I saying my dad would have made it any better? I don't know. But what I'm saying is I sure in the hell would have loved to find out. So even in those type of instances, I'm like, my life just sounds crazy. I'm 12 years old having fights with grown men. I'm younger than that. Can't get into a gifted, talented program because of the color of my skin. And nobody is fighting for me. And I'm already down one ally who's supposed to be there just because he simply chose not to be. And so, even dealing with those emotions of feeling lonely, feeling vulnerable, at the time I'm still a child. So now I'm over defensive. Now. You could try to crack a joke on me. I'm not finna play that. You could just be trying to have fun. I don't want to have fun. What you mean by that? Say it again. I dare you. Now I'm being overly aggressive in instances where I should have just been able to laugh and joke and be a damn kid. So, once again, to anybody out there who had a similar situation of mine, I'm sure you probably also dealt with some of the emotions that I dealt with. And I just want to let you know it's okay. Hey, it's okay. That's good that you stand up for yourself. That's good that you don't let nobody push you over and walk all over you. But at the same time, that wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have had to be that person as a child. Wasn't your fault, wasn't your responsibility. And so, for anybody out there who felt the same way I felt, alone, vulnerable, scared at times, and to counteract that, now you get angry at stuff you shouldn't be angry about. Now you overly defensive. Now you come off super sensitive. That's more than likely where it stemmed from. And my heart goes out to anybody out there who had to deal with these things like I had to deal with these things. It ain't our fault. We ain't bad people. We just trying to get through this trauma. That's it. When I think back on it, it's just so crazy. All the stuff that I had to deal with, all the things I went through, and all the things that I felt just from dad not being there. Like, another issue I had was people who was supposed to be something in my life. I was accepting them in my life just any old kind of way when they would show up. Like, my dad wasn't hardly ever there. Like, I remember one time I was outside playing in the yard, and my little brother, I don't know why, he was chunking rocks, just trying to see how high he could throw rocks up in the air. One of these rocks end up, I don't even know what's happening. I'm playing in the yard. I think I was trying to catch a frog or something. I don't even know what's happened. All of a sudden, I just feel a bump on my head and I drop. All of a sudden, blood just coming down. I still have a scar on my head from that. My little brother done rocked my damn world with a rock. Literally rocked my world, huh? So that happened. Probably like 7, 8 months later, we at my homeboy house and we playing football in the yard. Well, they had there was like a little pipe or something in the yard that was sticking up out the ground. It was a metal pipe. And my little brother was running for the game winning touchdown. And I'm not just trying to make the tackle, I'm trying to strip the ball. I think it had been raining earlier that day. It was a little wet, all of that. When I go to try to strip the ball, my little brother, he holds on to the ball and he spins. When he spins, he slips, falls chin first onto this pipe, breaks his jaw. Now, from the instance where I got hit with the rock and he broke his jaw, this is 8 months apart. My dad hadn't seen us in all this time. When we go to visit with him for the weekend and we told him what happened, do you know we both got spanked for that? Can't make it up. This man said in his brain what he thinks what happened is my little brother hit me in the head with a rock by accident, and to get revenge 8 months later, I broke his jaw on purpose by shoving him into this metal pipe that's sticking out the ground. And it's like, for one, that just sounds crazy. For two, the only reason he's even connecting the dots like this is because he's just finding out about both instances at the same time. And another reason that this is crazy is because it shows, for one, you haven't been in our lives. You ain't even been around. That's why you just now finding out about these things. But it also shows, look at what you think of your sons. You don't know us at all. And I was never a defiant child. I never went against my parents or nothing like that. But even still to this day, I do regret the fact that I allowed that man to spank me. I do. I regret it. I'm not saying I could have stopped him. I'm not saying that he wouldn't end up spanking me. I'm not saying that if I would have tried to resist, it wouldn't have got worse. But I'm saying I would have felt more at peace with it instead of just letting this man spank me for something that made no fucking sense. And that just showed it was another issue that I'm dealing with, that I wanted this man, because of his title, to be in my life so bad that I just accepted him whenever he showed up any kind of way. Crazy, right? And so once again, to anybody out there who went through these things, who felt these emotions, who might still be dealing with these types of traumas, like, my heart goes out to y'all. And honestly, I hope that this helps whoever needs to hear it. I hope for the people who have felt these feelings and are still dealing with these traumas today. I hope that your trauma and pain stem from the same place that mine stem from, so that this video can really be eye-opening, so that it can really help you, so that it can really show you it's not your fault. It ain't your fault for wanting love. It ain't your fault for wanting somebody to be there who's supposed to be there. It's not your fault for having expectations of the person who was responsible for you and played a part in you even being here. There's nothing wrong with none of that. However, we have to learn to love ourselves first. That way we don't just become victims to titles that we give people. That way we don't just allow people to show up any type of way in our lives just because we want them in our life. That way we don't put ourselves through unfair and prolonged abusive type treatment, verbally, emotionally, dealing with manipulation, all because we think, well, this is how you show love. They not gonna always be the best on their end, but even when they not at their best, I'm still supposed to give them love and grace and forgiveness, even if they show me they not gonna improve, even if they show me this is just how they are, even if they show me they just might not be right for me. Like, I hope and pray that this helps whoever needs the help. Because that's what I'm here for. And anything that you want me to talk about, go into further detail about, make a new video on, please, please, please. I always tell y'all, leave it in the comments. I'm going to read the comments and I'm going to get to it. Because you're not alone. I'm here for you. If ain't nobody here for you, I'm here for you. If don't nobody understand, clearly I understand. I get it. And I wish somebody had been here for me the way that I'm here for y'all and the way that y'all are here for me. So just know you ain't never alone. You don't never got to do it by yourself. You're gonna make it. You did make it. You will make it. And like always, man, I'm HyLite and I'm here to help.